How do I count the occurrences of a list item? Given a single item, how do I count occurrences of it in a list, in Python? A related but different problem is counting occurrences of each different element in a collection, getting a dictionary or list as a histogram result instead of a single integer. For that problem, see using a dictionary to count the items in a list.
If you only want a single item's count, use the count method. Important, this is very slow if you are counting multiple different items. Each count call goes over the entire list of n elements. Calling count in a loop n times means n total checks, which can be catastrophic for performance. If you want to count multiple items, use counter, which only does n total checks.
Use counter if you are using Python 2.7 or 3. X and you want the number of occurrences for each element.
Counting the occurrences of one item in a list. For counting the occurrences of just one list item you can use count. Counting the occurrences of all items in a list is also known as tallying a list, or creating a tally counter. Counting all items with count. To count the occurrences of items in L1 can simply use a list comprehension and the count method. Or similarly with a dictionary dict x, l.countx, for x in set L. Example. Counting all items with counter. Alternatively, there's the faster counter class from the collections library. Example. How much faster is counter? I checked how much faster counter is for tallying lists. I tried both methods out with a few values of n and it appears that counter is faster by a constant factor of approximately 2. Here is the script I used. And the output.
Another way to get the number of occurrences of each item, in a dictionary.
Given an item, how can I count its occurrences in a list in Python? Here's an example list. List.count. There's the list.count method. This works fine for any list. Tuples have this method as well. Collections.counter. And then there's collections.counter. You can dump any iterable into a counter, not just a list, and the counter will retain a data structure of the counts of the elements. Usage. Counters are based on Python dictionaries. Their keys are the elements, so the keys need to be hashable. They are basically like sets that allow redundant elements into them. Further usage of collections.counter. You can add or subtract with iterables from your counter. And you can do multi-set operations with the counter as well. Silly answer, sum. There are good built-in answers, but this example is slightly instructive. Here we sum all the occurrences where the character, C, is equal to B. Not great for this use case, but if you need to have a count of iterables where the case is true, it works perfectly fine to sum the Boolean results, since true is equivalent to 1. Why not pandas? Another answer suggests. Why not use pandas? Pandas is a common library, but it's not in the standard library. Adding it as a requirement is non-trivial. There are built-in solutions for this use case in the list object itself as well as in the standard library. If your project does not already require pandas, it would be foolish to make it a requirement just for this functionality.
If you want to hold it out, these percents happen.